You know, I really love my job. It is Saturday on a long weekend here in Perth, and I just got off the phone with clients of mine, Tom and Becky, their first home buyers, and to give them the good news that their finance had been approved. Yes, I know it is Saturday. I will not wait until the long weekend is done and dusted to give them the great news. I just love it. That's why I love what I do, is to be able to help people like Tom and Becky and like yourself. You know, if you're buying your first home or your second home or you're looking at investment property, just being able to help you guys is what gets me out of bed every day. So I called Tom this afternoon to let him know that the finance had been approved. Actually, I just got the notification from the bank about 3 hours ago. Yes, banks do work on Saturday mornings, especially as far as finance applications are concerned. So it's not just a 9 to 3 o'clock thing at the branch. Banks will work on Saturdays, and as a finance broker, I can deal with them after hours as well, or certainly after 3 o'clock or before 9 o'clock. But let me just give you a quick background about these clients, Tom and Becky, because you might find it very useful if you're thinking about getting a pre-approval for your finances. And I always say, in most cases, a pre-approval is a great idea. Why? Because it will, and I'm talking about a proper pre-approval, not one of those things that you get, across the desk at the branch. Someone says to you, "Oh yeah, you've been approved," or maybe someone else says to you, "Oh yeah, you're absolutely fine, mate. You're absolutely fine." A pre-approval is the same as a normal application. The only difference is that you haven't found your property yet, but everything else is exactly the same. So what you do is you do the groundwork at the beginning. You let the bank assess your application, properly. The bank will then go back to you and say you've been conditionally approved, or you've been pre-approved, or you've been approved in principle, or they use different terms, but at the end of the day, it's exactly the same. They've looked at your situation and they said, listen, if you find the right property and if nothing has changed since you first applied, then there's a really, really good chance that we'll approve your loan. All right, so very quickly. So with Tom and Becky, they made an offer on the house of their dream. Remember, the first home buyers, so they're very emotional, and I could really hear it in their voices when I spoke to them. I could read it in their emails. They were really, really, really keen to find the home of their dream, especially with Tom. Tom is from overseas, and he just got his PR visa about a month ago, and they really wanted to find something for themselves and create new memories in Australia. So they signed the offer on Sunday. The buyer looks over it, mulls over it for about 2 days. It is finally approved on Tuesday. Tom's called me with the great news. And what I do in that situation, say, Tom, send me a copy of your contract. I will organize your upfront valuation right away. So I've done that on Tuesday. Valuation was done. The inspection was done on Wednesday. The formal approval was lodged on Wednesday evening, and it was approved this morning. So you see, it went really, really quickly. Why? Because we had a pre-approval. Remember, the pre-approval is where your bank will assess your ability to borrow the amount of money that you need to buy the property that you want. So it's very important that you do that. And even more important, if you are looking at buying at auction, you don't want to go to an auction. You certainly don't want to bid at an auction without a pre-approval. All right? Otherwise, the risk is way too high. I will always recommend you have a pre-approval. All right, and the pre-approval also will help you establish exactly your budget, so you know exactly what you can afford to buy. At auctions, it will give you your upper limit on how high you can bid. And also, when you're dealing with an agent, you can actually deal with, or you can make an offer with confidence, knowing that you've got a pre-approval in place. You can let the agent know that you've got a pre-approval. I always say, don't give them your budget, just let them know that you've got a letter to prove that you got a pre-approval, and you will provide them with that letter once the offer is accepted. Okay, so make sure you do that. But really what it does is gives the agent the confidence that you are in a position to get the finance if the seller accepts your offer. So remember, the agent works for the seller. He is the one, or she is the one, who will then advise, recommend, and help the seller make the decision as to which offer they will accept. All right, so really my message for today is As a broker, we can help you get your finances organized even before you start your search. Once you get a pre-approval, the finance approval, once you find the property, can go really, really fast. I guess the other thing is, as you probably would have seen throughout my videos and everything, I work after hours. I even work on weekends. Every weekend I go to home open, I meet people like yourself, and hopefully I'll see you one day at one of the home opens, and I'm really there to help you be ready to buy the property of your dream. There's nothing more frustrating than finding the right property, falling in love with the property, and then finding you can't afford it. All right, so if you've got any questions about a pre-approval, if you've been thinking about a pre-approval, give me a call on 0412 022 110, or more, or even easier, just leave a message down there or IM me directly, and we can have a chat over the phone. Remember, there's no obligations in talking to me, but I can certainly help you establish deposit, how much you need, what you can afford, what the repayments are going to be. And really, as a first-time buyer, if you're looking for directions, if you're looking for guidance, if you've got questions, I'm here to help you. So remember, talking to me, there's no obligations. It's at no cost. It's free. And my passion is to help people like yourself. So make sure you call me or IM me directly. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.